Hi. Welcome back to my channel. It is your girl Shar, and this video. Okay, so let me just go ahead and start off by saying yes, I am still in the process of editing my first week working with my trainer for my series that I'm doing on my channel about my weight loss, which is Beheading Goliath. I have given two trailers in regards to it. I was going to drop the first video today. However, after going through and editing, I realized that there were some things that I possibly needed to explain first before I just threw the video out there. That's what this video is. The reason that this explanation is necessary is because as I was editing the video, this issue that I have been dealing with for a very long time began to what's the word I want to use? Become more and more prevalent throughout the video, and I felt that it was necessary to make a video explaining what the issue is, what's going on, how it affects my journey, how it affects me emotionally, to have it exposed. And although this is probably one of the most common things, and you'll probably see tons of videos about it online, it's still very sensitive for me to have to talk about and to expose myself. I knew that going in doing this series, I was going to expose myself in ways that were going to affect me and put me in a spot of a tiny bit of anxiety. I have really no other ways of how to explain that. And while some may look at it and say, oh, it's not a big deal, you know, people deal with it every day, which is true. A lot more people deal with this than not. However, it is still something that has been plaguing me since I first found out that I was diagnosed with it. So having it in the video was something that I was like, oh, I forgot. I genuinely forgot that this would have to be discussed and talked about, because there will be comments, there will be questions, and there will be things that I really didn't want to have to explain, but I have to, because in taking parts of it out, you lose the authenticity of what these videos are, what they stand for, and moments that are meaningful. And so because of that, I'm making this video. I have a very common hormonal disorder, which is called Polycystic Ovary Syndrome, or as some may know it, PCOS. PCOS is super common. You see me look over. In America alone, 10% of women in the population deal with PCOS. I know that many of you are wondering, what is PCOS? Well, PCOS is a hormonal disorder which causes enlarged ovaries and small cysts on the outside of those ovaries. Now, it does come with a range of symptoms as well. So there are some that you have PCOS that won't have some of the symptoms, and there are people who have PCOS who do. For me, I know that I have a few of the symptoms, and because of that, I was diagnosed. The ranges of the symptoms are abnormal menstruations. Sometimes some people don't have them at all. Obesity, you have infertility, acne, depression, and somebody else is going to say this.
Hirsutism.
Because I cannot. I was first diagnosed with PCOS at 17 years old. I was just going off to college. I remember it as clear as day. And I remember I was visiting OBGYN for the purpose of, you know, getting evaluated for school and having all my health stuff taken care of. While examining me, the doctor noted some of the symptoms that are very prevalent. And so he gave not necessarily a definitive diagnosis, but was in the range of this could possibly be what you're dealing with. One of the things that hit me hardest was the fact that infertility a lot of times happens with women with PCOS because of the abnormalcy of your period. The possibility of getting pregnant is much harder. The reason it struck me so hard was because I had always dreamed of having a large family, getting married, having children, that whole thing. And so it kind of just felt like all of my dreams that day were crumbling right in front of me. And honestly, I had an emotional reaction. I did cry because I didn't know what that meant for my future. Not knowing about PCOS and how it is kind of detrimental. I think that more people who have it it needs to be more of a conversation is what I'm trying to say. Over time, other symptoms came up that I did not know were necessarily tied to PCOS until I researched it by myself. It wasn't until I was 19 that I got a definitive after having a ultrasound to see if this was the case. It came out that yes, I do have PCOS and I have a lot of the symptoms that would be prevalent as far as the weight gain, acne, depression, the abnormal menstruations, and the one that I'm strictly here to talk about because it shows in the video more than ever is
Hirsutism.
How do you sound? Goofy as hell.
Or abnormal hair growth. This disorder is mostly found in women, an overgrowth of dark coarse hair in areas that happen to fall in the pattern of more masculine patterns. Yeah. And that is because of excess androgens or testosterone in the body. Because of the imbalance of everything, the testosterone is like wee and goes all over the place doing things that it's not supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? So fuck my drag, right? I'm gonna have a time editing this one. Woohoo! The reason that I'm having and explaining this is not necessarily because, let me be honest. I am a little bit intimidated and afraid to expose this aspect of my life. I'm a very, very private person. There are a lot of things that people know about me and there are a lot of things that people don't. Some people know who are in my life, some people don't know. But regardless, because I am doing what I am doing right now, it was going to be seen. I said it in those first two trailers. I was going to expose everything and I was going to be seen. So this was one of the things that was going to be seen, but it was one of the things that gave me kind of like a slight anxiety about being so open about, because I have not exposed myself openly to people around me about it. Now, it might be known and people don't say anything to me that are in my personal life, and to them I say thank you, but can't hide that anymore. There are so many people who deal with this, so many people who have it, and being afraid is not something that I want to continue to do. Are there ways to combat PCOS? Yes, and weight loss is one of them. But as we know, weight gain is a symptom, meaning it's harder. Gaining weight is easier for me than losing it. But in order to absolve myself from a lot of the symptoms, I have to lose the weight. I talked to my personal OBGYN in the last couple of years, and that was the goal. The goal was to lose weight. And funny enough, because of depression, I never did. But what's also a symptom of PCOS? Depression. So I'm fighting my own body, basically. I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm just laughing because that's just a response I have right now. I don't know how else to respond. It's almost ironic. Throughout the video, you see angles and aspects of basically you see the hair growth. I have hair growth that happens along my jawline and under my neck. Basically, sis can grow a beard if she wanted to. I don't want to. I'm just saying. I know there are many people, especially in the LGBTQ community, that, you know, there are women going through transition, trans women, trans men, who deal with, on purpose, growing beards or along those lines. I didn't want it to be confused as if that's where the direction that I'm going because I have hair on my face. It is not. I am not a trans man. I'm not transitioning. I'm a cis woman. And I have a hormonal issue. That's what this is. That's what you'll be seeing in this first video. Because of that, I have not released it as of yet because I felt that that needed to be talked about, because my anxiety for putting it out without having this sort of sit down talk was too much. As I was going through, I'm editing, I'm trying to cut out parts so that you don't see it. And those parts are important because I'm discussing with you what I'm going through as I am doing this weight loss journey. If I take those parts out, you'll miss moments that I have. You'll miss me talking back and forth and giving you my feedback on everything that's going on in this first video. I'm still learning how to do this whole thing. So please bear with me. It's a lot that I'm taking on by myself in regards to doing this, but I wanted to do it to, one, keep myself accountable, and two, just be open and be honest and not continue to conceal myself out of fear that I'll be rejected. I want to do videos. I want to open up more. I want to be more authentic. And in order to do that, I have to, I have to be confident and comfortable with where I am. And the process of that is being okay with, listen, I have this disorder and it affects my whole life. It affects everything. And this journey is one where I'm having to face so many emotional things, and this is one of them. And so I just wanted to be honest with you guys. I just wanted to tell my story because I felt like it was necessary. My upload days, I wanted to be Mondays and Fridays. Mondays, primarily, I'm going to focus on uploading for my series, Beheading Goliath, because by the end of the week, I have worked out with my trainer at least a week, and you get like as much content as I could possibly shove in there within the week, because I meet with him twice and then I work all by myself. It is very vlog style. You'll get, a whole bunch of stuff in there, but I'll try to cut it down to where it's still entertaining, it's still fun and things like that. And on Fridays, what I want to do is I'm going to be currently uploading old makeup videos that I did from back in the day, mostly because these are videos that I had done, but I didn't have the emotional drive or the wherewithal to edit, get them finished, because some of them have conversations about things that were very painful for me to talk about at the time, but now I feel a little bit more comfortable. They're old videos. I'm also going to pick back up on doing other videos on that day. So Friday will be kind of like a reprieve, a fun day, makeup challenges, food, well, what kind of food, sis? Story times, anything that you guys would want to see, that kind of thing will be happening on Fridays. But on Monday, that will be primarily the upload day for Beheading Goliath, just to give you guys an idea of what's going on in my head and how I want to upload this and why this was important to do today. You will see this on hopefully Tuesday, but I will release Beheading Goliath on Wednesday. And that way we're still on schedule for Friday. Just drop a random makeup video or some other video and then get right back on track on Monday. So that is the goal. Okay. It is a goal. We're trying to get to that point. That's what I would like to do. Hopefully that is what I end up doing. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to do this video first because I felt it is important to understand that there are circumstances and situations that people go through that you do not know about. And it is a place of, for some, or me personally, it was a place of insecurity and fear. So because of that, I went ahead and made this video, because being blindsided by comments and questions and things like that, I already know that they're going to come up. And I would rather just go ahead and throw it out there. You know what I'm saying? Because it was too much to try. And it's like, how do I edit a video? How do I get that off my face? It was so much panic in trying to cover it up that it was just like, why is this so difficult? Why is it so hard to be vulnerable in this moment about this specific issue? Because you can't get around it. And at this point in a lot of the videos, I had not gotten waxed. I hadn't gotten, if you're wanting to know about the emotional side of it, it's very embarrassing, because it's not something that I'm proud of. It's not something that I'm happy with. It's not something that I enjoy. It makes it very difficult to be close to others, makes it very difficult to be very intimate, because some people like to touch your face, and people they want to feel your skin and stuff like that, and instead they feel this rough patch of It's been tough. It's been a lot. So when I say that this was very rough to talk about, and while I may seem okay, just throwing it out there, I'm really suppressing a lot of the emotions of fear and, worry, because I'm worried about how people's viewpoint of me is going to change, because I've done so much, especially online, to try and hide that. And now, because I'm trying to be authentic in this video. Well, not trying, I'm being authentic in these videos. Because I'm being more authentic, you're seeing aspects of me that I have hidden for a long time, especially from my internet persona, out of fear that, my attractiveness, which I've already had issues with, would go down, or that I would be made fun of, or that I would be talked about. And all those things can still happen. That can still happen. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't disappear because I made this video to kind of get ahead. At least I feel better knowing that I did my due diligence for myself. This is really for me. You guys get the benefit of having this information now, so that be a little sensitive, be a little, not sensitive, be aware, be understanding, be compassionate. A lot of people are working through a lot of things and are trying to move forward in life to just be, and certain things that you can say, certain questions you can ask can really put a damper on people's spirit. And so, yes, I got ahead of the curve. Yes, I made a video before this stuff could come out. I felt it was necessary for my mental health, my emotional well-being, to make sure that it was explained, so that when questions do come up, when those moments do come up, you know exactly what's going on. I hope that you watch this video. I hope that I helped you learn and understand something. I know it's not a fun video. It's not an exciting video. It's not a video that is, woo, like, yay, let's talk about this. No, it's not. It's putting me in a very vulnerable space. So yeah, that's this video. That's what it is. That's the tweet. You know what I'm saying? I do know that I have a lot of supporters. I have a lot of people who watch my videos who are in my life personally and care about me. And I hope that this gives you an explanation. And I might have to do other explanations on stuff that I hadn't even thought about that might come up in other videos. So In lieu of that, that is all I have to say in regards to it. I look forward to putting out my next video. I look forward to you guys watching the first video, giving me feedback, telling me how you feel. I want to know what your thoughts are. And if you have questions, post them down below. I'll do my best to answer. If you too suffer with PCOS, or not necessarily suffer, girl, if you have PCOS, comment down below. This might be a way to get people talking and get the discussion out there a little bit more, that, you know, we're here, we exist, and we're fighting life through. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so Beheading Goliath will be up tomorrow. Yes. And then following that, you will get a little fun makeup video, an old one. I make fun of myself all throughout this video because it was a hot mess. But yeah, so that's going to be a fun one. I can't wait to see you guys again. Comment down below what else you want to see from me. Let me know. Your girl is here. She's doing stuff. I have my TikTok. My TikTok's up, my Instagram is popping, my Twitter is going forward, my Facebook has information on there. If you want to get in touch with me, please do. If you want to follow me on any of those other platforms, please do. Also, there's some news about some other things, some projects that I'm getting into. So I'm excited. I'm glad to be back, and I'm glad to be doing this. And I'm in a place where I just feel hopeful. So yeah. We're just defeating our Goliaths in this year, and we're going to do it together. So until next time, I love you. Have a great time. Remember, always, you are loved, you are cared for, you are important.